Hi Pisces, I'm Pam and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for February 2019. This month I laid out the 5-card Rainbow Tarot spread for you using the Aquarian Tarot deck. And remember, these are general readings, and to get messages pertaining specifically for you, you would need a private reading. This recording is for Pisces Sun, Pisces Ascendant or Rising Sign, and Pisces Moon. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign, because some months they're going to resonate more for you than your sun sign will. All that being said, Pisces, now on to your February 2019 Psychic Tarot reading. First card you have here, Pisces, is the Two of Swords, and this could be a stop, a block, or a stalemate. You could be protecting your heart from anything, being protective of yourself, protecting anything from coming at you, protecting your heart, protecting yourself. It could also mean something is being stopped or blocked from happening. There's emotions tied up here in this, whatever's going on for you in this card. Some of you forgot how to do something, and it's like you have to relearn it. Now, this could be something to do with work, something you're studying in school, something to do with a computer. Maybe there's some reason you need to know how to do specific kind of mathematics. I don't know what, but there are some things that you may need to relearn in the month of February 2019, or possibly even in subsequent months that follow. Some of you Pisces may feel like you got treated unfairly in a situation, and you may not really be sure why. This could be in any way, at home, in your family, at work, at school. I mean, I don't know where it's going to happen because it is a general reading after all, Pisces. So what area it's going to specifically affect you is hard to determine when there's so many Pisces that will watch this video. You may have somebody that stops you and blocks you and says, I don't want you to finish what you're doing. So maybe you're working on a project or doing something for school or work, and your boss or a teacher, or even within your family, you could have been doing some work for a family member, creating something, helping them with something, and they may say, okay, stop. I don't want you to finish. Don't finish what you're doing. That also comes up here with this Two of Swords card for you. And you do have this sense and feeling like you need more information. And also a feeling of like you may need to do something again. So doing something over, relearning something, being told to stop doing something you're working on or doing. You need to listen to this card carefully because it's a little complicated. Some of you may even feel like you want to make more money than you did before, or you want to increase your money, but you may not be really sure how to go about doing it. Some of you may feel like you have the knowledge even about something, but you may not be sure what to do with it. It's really going to be a time for you to take a pause and stop and rethink some things that are going on. Because it's like, I also feel like you're kind of in a position where you feel like you're not really sure how to proceed forward with something. You may try to get a grant, a loan, or go back to school and relearn something or study something over again. That also comes up here. You have the Death card next, Pisces. This is transformation, something ending so something new can begin. It's also like there's a cycle ending for you, which could also apply to the Two of Swords. But it comes up with the Death card that there's a cycle ending for you and that you're starting a new cycle, but I also get beginning something again still comes up here. You may be like really keeping a lot of notes, starting to write down a lot of notes or keeping track of a lot of things on paper. You could be journaling things. Maybe you're writing notes and outlining things to write a book or a blog or some paper, important paper for work or school that you need to do, because that is also coming up here. You may feel like you're having a little bit of trouble getting your point across, and that maybe you feel like you have focused and spent too much time on one particular thing, a person, a subject, a job, whatever it is. And now maybe you feel like you want to expand, branch out, broaden what you're doing, whether it's for work, your own business, school, if you write. It's like you want to branch out. You feel like, I've done this job too long, or I've focused on this topic too long. And this death card is showing that it's a cycle that it's transforming. And it's like, it's also, there's a sense and a feeling here, Pisces, of that you need to seize the day. Like, you may feel like time is, you're conscious of time. You may feel worried that time is slipping away from you, and that you want something to get going. I don't know what it is. Is it your career you want to get going? Is it your love life you want to get going? Is it something you're studying and learning you want to get going? Is it a business you want to start? Something you want to create or sell, or a business that you want to get going? It's not going to be the same for all of you Pisces. So you have to think about this message. Your messages are like thinkers, it seems, for February 2019. You may feel like either through school, work, family, or all of the above, you've had to take on an awful lot of responsibility. And you may feel a little tense and a little overburdened by those things. Now, it's not going to be the same area. Maybe for some of you, your school is, you're in school and you're feeling overburdened. Or it's your family and they're putting a lot of burdens and responsibilities on you. For some of you, it may be coming at you from multiple areas. So the next card you have here is Two of Cups, and this is usually fate, destiny, meant to be, preordained love relationship. Could be soulmates, twin flames, soul recognition, soul connection with someone. Finally, there's somebody that really believes in you and what you're doing. And this could be like in your visions of what you want your life to be, or in what you're creating and doing. Maybe somebody's like finally really getting what you're all about, getting your ideas on board with, where your creative visions and ideas are going. And they may want to partner up with you or team up with you and help you with that. This could be love. This could be some other type of coupling up and person that's enamored with you or your ideas. Some of you have a long-lasting bond that's going to be made in February. You may have already met them. Maybe this bond has already started. But if you haven't met them yet, then you're going to be meeting somebody between now and the end of April that it's an important connection for you. It's an important bond. And it's going to strengthen over time. It's going to build and strengthen over time. That's what my guides are telling me. And through them and their eyes and their visions and their knowledge and their inspirations, you're going to have a lot of direction and know what it is you need to do. So I'm not saying, oh, your whole future is make it or break it on this other Two of Cups person, but they are hugely instrumental in your life in some way, or inspirational to you. You may get the feeling like they're your other half. And if you don't know them yet, you're going to feel like you want to get to know everything about them. Like that kind of energy comes up here. If you're a Pisces that's been feeling alone, I feel that feeling is going to come to a close in 2019 at some point. Doesn't necessarily mean it happens in February, but it's coming. And I really do feel that a lot of that has to do with this connection, this Two of Cups. And there's something very special about this other person. They're very unique, and they have unique qualities. They're kind of spiritual in nature, and they hold a lot of things near and dear to their heart. So they've got some kind of sentimentality to them as well. So the next card you have here, Pisces, is the Star, and the Star is spiritual blessings. This could be an answered wish, an answered prayer. Your spirit guides and the universe and the divine source maybe have heard your wishes and prayers, and you're going to get some answered wish or prayer. Some of you are going to have this whole new outlook on life, and you may be starting to build something, like build a business. It could also be building something else, building a resume, building a story, building a house, but you're building something here. And you don't want to lose faith or lose hope. And anything that's comes in your path, you need to use it as a stepping stone to get to other things. So what I mean by that is, let's say you have to take some part-time jobs, but your real goal is to be on the stage, in theater, on a movie set, or to be a great writer, or I don't know, to be a research scientist. And I see stepping stones in a stream, like, big flat stones. You can walk across the stream. And my guides are telling me, so there's stepping stones here that you may, so if little things come up where you're like, this is kind of a crappy job, I don't really want to do it, but it's got some connection to the thing you want to do. You take it, you get your knowledge, what you can from it, and then you go to the next stepping stone, because some of you are on this pathway to get to something bigger, but these little stepping stones are going to come up, and they could be part-time jobs, they could be little, or it could be, and I'm using that as an example. These stepping stones could be other things, taking classes, signing up for coaching or a mentor, whatever you're interested in and whatever your goal is, you have stepping stones that are going to start showing up. You maybe have already been stepping on these stepping stones along the way. Well, you've got a few more that are coming, but you're headed towards your goal. Maybe some of you are attaining your goal in 2019. I don't know that you're attaining it in February, but many of you might. You're going to capture the attention of somebody, and they may have clout. They may be powerful. They may be a CEO, a head of a company, an agent, somebody that can put you on the map, that could hire you or give you this great opportunity. Because this card, to me, for you, is all about reaching your goals, doing stepping stones along the way. And now they're talking about somebody prominent, like taking notice of you, recognizing you, wanting to boost up your life, your work, your creative vision, your career. That all comes up with the Star. Now, the last card you have in the reading for February 2019 is the Seven of Rods. And the Seven of Rods is closing the door on negativity, or holding negative communication and energy that's coming at you, like holding it, keeping it at bay, holding it back, or shutting the door on it. It can also be taking the moral high ground about something as well. you're going to have a lot of things that are going to be coming at you where you're like, what do I decide? What do I decide to do? What do I do? What do I do? Some of these rods coming at you are actually choices and decisions you have to make. You could also feel overwhelmed and feeling like some of the things going on or coming at you in February may be feeling a little much for you, like too much for you to take, or like you need to take a step back and go, whoa, I can't decide, or this is too much. I need to take a pause here and figure out what it is I'm going to do. And there may be certain things, certain rules, certain regulations, certain things that you have to do and follow, or criteria. That's the word I was trying to think of. Criteria that you have to meet. Like, maybe if you are like, you want a certain job, you have to have this degree and that experience behind you and this kind of letter of recommendation, or maybe it's something you want to study and you have to have credits in this, credits in that, like requirements, like requirements. And also it does really come up as having to decide what you're going to do, or what is necessary and what is unnecessary. Like, what is really going to help you along your path towards achievement? What is necessary that you absolutely, criteria that you absolutely must meet and do, and what is going to be unnecessary towards achieving your goals? That's a big theme of this card for you. You may feel overwhelmed too, like you may not feel like you have air to breathe. Like, whoa, give me space. Like, you're like demands being put on you. Like, you have this deadline to meet, and you have that deadline to meet, and you have to do this, and you have to do that. And I also pick it up as people contacting you too. So it could be, not all in the same topic. You could have, this person over here contacting you, they need you to do this. This one over here wants you to do that. Then you got this issue going on at home that you have to take care of. And, your family's getting involved. And so you just may feel like, wow, this is like too much and everybody needs to step off. But I do feel like you're going to get through it. It's kind of it's a month where you may feel like you have decisions to make, and you may feel a little bit under pressure. A little bit under pressure. You have to try to pace yourself and to not let yourself get too overwhelmed. And if you say, well, if you go into March and you say, that didn't happen in February, well, maybe it's going to happen in March, because they are general readings. And you don't all have the same birth time. Your birth charts are not all the same. So timing is not going to be the same for all of you. But this is coming up, and the whole theme, it did sort of run that way in each card. So you may be feeling overwhelmed, a lot of decision making, having a lot to do, feeling pressured. But you have some opportunities, you have some good things. The Two of Cups is bringing in good things for you, as is the Star. So you're actually getting somewhere. Even if you may feel like you're not, you actually are getting somewhere in the long run. And, you're not the first sign I felt this way about, but I'm going to say here, I said it, I don't know who else got this. Because I'm reading you at number 9. I always go by whatever my guides tell me to read next. That's who I read next. And I'm going to tell you, I feel like February may feel like the actual start of your new year, more so than January, maybe a little bit. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. I want to thank you so much for watching, sharing, and liking my videos. Thank you for subscribing and for Google Plusing. I do truly appreciate that. And please remember to subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos to YouTube. And if you're interested in getting a continuation of this reading, Pisces, where I look into my crystal and give you additional messages and predictions from my spirit guides for February 2019, you can access those videos for download and purchase by clicking on the link below this video in the Show More section, and it will take you to those Vimeo videos on demand page for those February crystal readings for download and purchase. You can also access those videos. If you don't want to click on the link below, you can go to my website, www.theluckymermaid.com. Go to my videos page, click on that on the menu, and you'll see all the videos that I have to offer, all the different series. You pick the video you want, click on your sign, and it will take you to that particular video on Vimeo. Also, if you did not get my January 2019 Eclipse Effects 2-deck Psychic Tarot reading yet, you might want to check that out. That link is also below this video, and the link also for those videos are on that same videos page on my website. Those videos, I really thought they stood out to me. There was a lot of information in those. The readings lasted about 25 minutes long, and there were 9 cards in the video, in each video, for each sign of the zodiac. The first 3 cards I pulled, the 3 cards are Aquarian Tarot deck. And then to expand underneath them, I pulled 6 cards in total from the Osha Zen Tarot deck. It's a very powerful deck. That one gives really unique and interesting messages. I felt that the combination of the Aquarian Tarot and the Osha Zen together was quite interesting. And those eclipse effects are going to last for 6 months. And in the predictions, even some signs, they went out 7, 8, and even 9 months for some signs, not all, but they definitely are going up to 6 months out for sure. Starting point being January 21st of 2019, when that full moon in Leo lunar eclipse on January 21st. So I hope you'll check them out, and I hope you have an absolutely fabulous and fantastic February, Pisces, and know that I wish you many blessings and peace.